about the previous session, we have gone through a solution, okay, and in solution we have seen that when salt was mixed up with water, or when sugar was mixed up with water, we got a homogeneous mixture, right? What do we get here? We get a homogeneous mixture, homogeneous mixture in which salt was the particles of salt were completely dissolved into the water. Similarly, in case of sugar solution, we saw that the particles of sugar were completely dissolved into it. Okay, so what we have seen that here you can see that the salt and sugar both are soluble in water, right? What we see that the salt and the sugar, okay, both are what? They are soluble in water. It means solute was soluble in water. Okay, now this we have seen here, but in these two cases, this was suppose beaker A and beaker B. Okay, but in these two cases, say beaker C and D, in beaker C and D, you can see we are having two of the cases here, in which in beaker C you can see that wheat flour is mixed with water. Wheat flour is mixed with water, whereas in beaker D, sand is mixed with water. Okay, can you tell me something about this wheat flour and this sand? When you are going to mix them up, will you be able to get any solution out of these two? No, you will not be able to get any solution out of these two. You will see that wheat flour is not going to mix up in this. It will not dissolve into it. Okay, even sand will not dissolve into this water. Okay, they are going to be suspended in the water. The particles of wheat flour, it will be suspended in the particle. After stirring also, you will see that the wheat flour particles are going to be suspended in the particles. They are going to roam here and there, and in this case also the sand particles are going to be suspended in the water. Okay, so what information are you going to get out of this? We are going to say this in this session. So hello everyone, welcome to our car chemistry classes. We are going through a series of sessions for the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure? This is class 9th CBSE board chapter. We are going through the session number 19. Okay, so we'll continue to get what actually is happening with these two mixtures. Okay, here we have got homogeneous mixture, but here definitely when the particles are going to be they are not going to dissolve and they are moving here and there, and these particles are simply suspended in the water. So what inferences or what conclusions are coming out of these two? The very first thing out of these two experiments is what? That wheat flour and sand particles and sand both are insoluble. Both are insoluble in water. And when we are saying that these two are insoluble in water, it means since the content of your water is higher, the quantity of water is higher in both the cases, it means water is solvent here, and these two are the solute particles. These two are considered to be solute. So it means that the solute is insoluble. Solute for these two cases for the mixture is insoluble. Is insoluble in these cases. Okay, so these type of solutions where insoluble solute particles are mixed up with the solvent, and in this it is the particles are not spread uniformly throughout the liquid, then that type of mixture is known as a suspension. What do we say? We call these type of mixtures as a suspension, and that is why we have taken this topic today for our lecture, right? So we are talking about suspension here. These type of mixtures are known as suspension. What do we say? Suspension. Okay, suspension. Let's define suspension now. Okay, we'll try to define this suspension. What does it mean actually? So, a suspension is what? It is a heterogeneous fiction. You will write that it is a heterogeneous mixture. This is the first point which you should know. Okay, in which small particles are they are not actually spread throughout. The particles are simply the insoluble particles. Okay, so you will say that it is heterogeneous mixture, and the mixture consists of insoluble solute particles. Okay, that means what? That the mixture is consisting of insoluble solute particles. It means that the mixture is that means that a suspension which is formed here the suspension which is formed here is actually it is you should write the definition in this way, that a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which small particles, in which small particles of a solid are spread throughout. It is spread throughout, but it is not necessary that it is going to spread throughout uniformly. It is spreads throughout in a liquid. And how it is spreading? Without dissolving into it. उसमें घुल नहीं पाता, without dissolving into it. Understood that suspensions are what? They are heterogeneous in mixture, and the mixture consists of insoluble particles. When we are saying that insoluble solute particles, it means what? That a suspension is then considered as a heterogeneous mixture in which small particles of solid are spread throughout in a liquid without dissolving into it. When we are saying that small particles of solid, it means what? We are talking about small particles of solute. Understood? So this is known as suspension. You can take as an example as we have given here. These are just examples which the cases we have considered here. These are just examples of suspension. Wheat flour with water, you will see that it is going to give you a mixture, but it is not going to give you a homogeneous mixture, in which in this what will happen, that the particles of wheat flour will be suspended in the liquid. Similarly in this case also you will see that it is going to provide you a mixture, but it is not going to be homogeneous in nature, because the particles are spread throughout, but they are not, it is not necessary that they are uniformly spreading throughout, and also they get settled down after some time. The solute particles, they get settled down after some time at the bottom. In both the cases, when you are going to keep these two beakers for some time, the particles of this wheat flour as well as the particles of sand, they both will, in both the cases, these particles are going to settle down at the bottom, and they can be filtered out properly with the help of filter paper or by other methods as well. Okay, so the other examples can be chalk and water mixture. Then there could be example of muddy water. Okay, these are the examples. What examples you can find out in this case? You can have examples of chalk plus water. Okay, these are just examples. Okay, for this we have taking out example chalk and water, then muddy water. Okay, water in this muddy water can be this only. Okay, then you are having milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia is what? In milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide MgOH2 is suspended in the water. Okay, or you can say that magnesium hydroxide is put in the water. Okay, so these in these cases you are going to get a suspension. Fine. Now we are going to study the properties of a suspension. Okay, another definition you can say about here about this suspension is what? That a heterogeneous mixture is a mixture of insoluble particles of solute. What you can say? That they are insoluble particles of solute. Okay, and they spread throughout the solvent and they spread, but they don't get dissolve into it. Fine. So let's try to go and understand, let's try to understand the properties, or let's try to see the properties of these mixtures. Okay, let's go for the characteristics or the properties. So the very first property is properties of a suspension. Okay. So the very first property of a suspension is what? That a suspension is homogeneous in nature. It is homogeneous in nature. Fine. In nature, when I am saying that it is homogeneous in nature means what? It doesn't dissolve uniformly. Okay. Then secondly, what? Second is that the particles, the size of the particles is bigger than the, you can say that it is almost nearly 100 nanometer in diameter. Okay, they can be seen by unaided eye. Okay, so the particles, they are smaller. You can't say that they are not small. They are smaller, but not that much small as compared to particles of solution. Okay, so particles of suspension have larger size. Okay, approximately more than 10 nanometer. Okay, see, you can see here this is 10 nanometer, whereas in case of solution the particles were having the size of 1 nanometer. That was equal to almost 1 upon you can say, or 10 to the power minus 9 meters, right? Then third is what? The particles of suspension can be separated. Okay, the particles of this suspension, they can be separated from the solvent by the process of filtration. And why we can filter it out? Because the particles are little bigger or little larger in size. Okay, so we'll write the particles of suspension can be separated from its solvent. उसका जो solvent जिसमें उसे mix किया जाता है, उससे उसको separate भी किया जा सकता है. By which process? By the process of filtration. ठीक है, हम सारे ये जो भी मेथड्स है विल बी स्टडिंग इन आवर कमिंग वीडियोस. ओके, then third and then fourth one is the particles of suspension, right? The particles of suspension, they get settled down. The particles of suspension settle down when are kept for some time undisturbed. If you are not going to disturb them and if you keep them for a while, you will see that the particles of suspension get settled down, or the particles of suspension settle down at the bottom. Okay, and you can see that fifth one, scattering of light can take place. Scattering of light takes place in suspension. Okay, what does it mean? That the solute particles, they are going to, they scatter light. They are having the ability to scatter light, all because of their bigger size. Understood? All because of the bigger size as compared to the solution. Due to bigger size, these suspensions are the solute particles of these suspensions being larger in size can scatter light. Okay, and when once they have the ability to scatter light, they are able to scatter light, it means the path of light is visible through this suspension. Okay, the path of light is, when I am saying that path of light is visible, what does it mean actually? In case of solution, what happens when you I have told you about this in first, I think when I have started with the solution, there also we have gone through three types of beakers, and I have told you that in the beakers, when we have gone through a sugar solution, what we saw that the solution was very transparent. In this case, the solution was very transparent, you know. It was very clear solution. In this case, you got very clear solution. It was a clear solution. Clear, right? Clear solution was there, and due to which you got transparency. Okay, transparent. But in this case, what happened in case of this second one, where you kept wheat flour into this water, what happened in that case? Into water, when you have kept the wheat flour, it started floating in this. Okay, it started floating in this, here and there, here and there, and after some time you saw that they start settling at the bottom. When it was kept undisturbed, these wheat flour, they started to come down at the bottom. So in this case, we call it as suspension. Why? Because the particles got at the bottom. And what happened when we have when we threw a light, when we threw a beam of light, say this was your one of the light source which you were having in your hand, and when you passed it through these three beakers, what happened? This light was clearly, it passed through this one. Okay, right? So what happened when it was passed through this? In this case, the path of the light was not at all visible. In this case, the path of the light was not visible. You were not able to see from where the light is coming, but you were able to see the transparency. In this case, the mixture was not very clear, but you were able to see the path of the light which was falling, which was passing through it. Okay, so the path of light was visible in case of suspension. Okay, and this was the reason how this is how we can separate these two. In solutions we are not able to see the path of light, but in case of suspension it is very clear to see the path of light. And what was the reason for this clear path was that the particles of this suspension, they were quite larger than the particles of this solution. Understood? So these are the some properties of suspension, and then we'll discuss about next type of solution, homogeneous mixture. We'll talk in the in our next session. We'll come up with the colloids. Okay, so till then keep watching, and if you feel or if you like this video, go and subscribe and put the bell icon on, so that you will be getting more video, or you will be getting the updates of this video. Okay, and if possible share it also, so that other students can be benefited out of it. Sorry, by mistake it is written homogeneous here, it is heterogeneous. Actually it's not homogeneous, it is heterogeneous in nature, where you see the non-uniformity of the particles. Okay, this is in suspension we don't have homogeneous, it is heterogeneous. Okay, by mistake it is written here, so please make sure that it is heterogeneous. As you have seen here, we have written it is heterogeneous in nature, right? Okay, so only the solutions are homogeneous in nature. Okay, consider suspensions as heterogeneous. Why? Because there is non-uniformity of the particles throughout the composition, right? Okay, so further everything is as such, and go on practicing, go on learning. Thank you.